So I was first posted to North Bay in 1987, but I came here for the first time in 1985. I was an officer cadet on OJT in Ottawa, and my boss there had said, you know, you're going to be an air weapons controller, you should go and see North Bay. So he put me on this sort of one-day TD. We drove up. And very exciting, got in the bus, rattled down into the underground complex. And in 1985, you could smoke in the underground complex. And I remember walking into the ops center, which was Canada West at the time, and there was sort of this gray haze, and the smell was awful, and thinking, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? The good news is, by the time I got back here in 87 to start training, they had stopped smoking in the complex. The air quality was much better. They had moved everybody out in front of the building. The underground complex is basically a building in an open space down there. And I can only describe it as a corral out front of the building, and that's where the smokers sat, and the quality inside was much better. While the underground complex has a cachet and it was a neat place to work, in many respects, it was a pain in the butt because all the services were up on the base. So if you had to go to the orderly room or over to the medical clinic or to even use the gym, you had to catch the bus, come out of the hole, do your business. So a basic, 20-minute run to the orderly room was a 2-hour endeavor. So that obviously has changed as we've moved up on base. But the mission itself, yes, it's evolved, it's gone through wrinkles, but the mission has stayed the same. When I was here in the 80s, the Soviet Union was in trouble. It was a wounded bear, and a wounded bear is a dangerous bear. It was tense. It was definitely tense. The cruise missile was new, and what was it going to do? And it was changing a lot of things, and it was a very interesting time to work here. And then, of course, the Soviet Union collapsed. We went into a calmer period, and things were looking good. To fast forward 25 years, and I see what's going on today, we're almost back where we were 25 years ago, which is, I guess, disappointing on one level and uncomfortable, but it does show you what comes around goes around. And I believe that we will peacefully make our way out of this period right now, but as I say, there is a bit of a deja vu as I work through the day-to-day operations here. Now, obviously, a very different perspective. As a lieutenant, controlling the big picture maneuver of what we were doing was of no concern to me. I worked my 12-hour shifts, and then I got on with things that are important to a 22-year-old, and now it's a little different. In some respects, one of the most enjoyable things I do every week is actually walk up on the ops floor and go, man, it'd be better just to sit down here and work up here. But the roles have changed. Equipment evolves. It was gone, but it had only been gone for a couple of years when I first got here, where we used light guns and the old Sage system. And that evolved to a really high-tech system called the FYQ-93, which is in the museum out there, but it was another piece of equipment. And now if you go in the ops center, it looks very much like, quite frankly, it's just a desktop, and the interface is there. The technology is in the background. So for the individual operator, the ability to take data from all over the country, and quite frankly, all over the world, fuse it together, build a picture, thinking in 3D off a 2D picture, and then develop an air-managed or battle plan hasn't changed, just the equipment has changed. The big event in the 80s, and I guess to the 90s, was the curling Bonspiel. We had a curling rink here. Really, it was a dilapidated building. The floors sagged, the roof sagged. But I think we had, if I remember correctly, we had 4 sheets in there. And the AD Tech Bonspiel was the social highlight of the year. People came from all over the country. We were closing down the radar sites, but there were still a few out there that were operational, and people came in, and this base was just alive with activities, and with the Bonspiel, the messes were hopping. We still had the 3 messes at the time. They were hopping. It was quite something to see. The building was either torn down or probably just fell in on itself, but that was a loss, right? We still have access to the Granite Club, and we still have the Bonspiel, but it's not what it was. Any place is about the people, and North Bay is about the people. So we have been welcomed every time we come here. My son is 15, and that's a tough age to be moving around, and yet he has seamlessly fit in with his high school, and my wife has been able to fit in with the community, and it's really a great place to live.